Hello, everybody. I know I'm a little late. No, I'm really late. But I wanted to get this started. Uh, no, I really wasn't going to do it today. But let me throw this disclaimer up, whatever I did with it. So there we go. A disclaimer. Let's put it up there right now. It said there ain't no conflicts. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope my people over in England, across the pond, as they like to say, are doing well. Hi, Miss Barbara. Just having a nice, chill evening. Um, this story's a little whack, and that's being nice, but it's crazy. That's just how it is. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Some shit happens that don't make sense. But okay, yeah, you can't say that um, this just did what he wanted to do. Anyway, this story is about a Minnesota dad who. Hold on, let me see if I can get him up here real quick. Here you go. All right, this Minnesota dad slaughtered a 77-year-old convict sex offender. The guy on the screen slaughtered a 77-year-old offender. But don't feel sorry for the man, though. The 77-year-old, I bet people are freaking out right now going, oh, but that's the elderly. Nah, hold on now. Maybe you missed the part where I said convicted sex offender. And he killed him with a moose antler. You just can't get no better than that. With all the people shooting around this world, we gonna take somebody out with a moose antler. Bravo. And a shovel, of course. And it was after he accused the victim of stalking his younger daughter. Levi Axtell, Levi Axtell, 27, walked into the sheriff's office covered in blood and with his head in his hands as he admitted killing Lawrence Scully, who was jailed for molesting a 6-year-old girl in 1979. Axtell, he's from Cook County, Minnesota, had long been suspicious of Scully parking his vehicle close to locations where children are present. And they didn't have one picture of this 77-year-old man. They didn't have any pictures of him. Court records showed Scully was committed to a mental institution in 2020, but was later released and prescribed antipsychotic drugs. In 2018, Axtell filed a order of protection against this elderly man, which was initially granted but later was dropped. I don't know about you guys, but I'm having a little bit of a problem just accepting this thing because he's 77 years old. I mean, if you're doing something to children, I don't care if you're 99 years old. I don't care if you're 106 years old. Your ass is doing something wrong and you should be in jail. And guess what? This dude is still grooming for kids, watching them from afar, stalking them. Still. Shit, man. Levi Axtell murdered 77-year-old convict sex offender Lawrence Scully using a moose antler and a shovel after he accused the victim of stalking his daughter. Sorry, that that's how it goes, bro. Shouldn't have been stalking his kid. I'm supposed to have, compassion for that. Who am I supposed to have compassion for? the 77-year-old convict sex offender. No, I'm sorry, I don't have any. That's, for God to take care of, not me. Not me at all. Axtell is pictured here with Katrina Axtell, who believed to be the sister in the Facebook shot. A criminal complaint filed on that Friday said Axtell repeatedly struck Scully with a shovel in his own apartment before finishing him off with a large moose antler. At some point, he also believed to have smashed Scully's vehicle. I mean, you can't make this up. I don't know about y'all, but the whole point of me doing this story is because of the moose antler. I have never in all my life heard of somebody taking a moose antler to finish somebody off. How did he go get prints on that? What if he wouldn't have told on himself? He told on himself. He went into the police station. What if he had not done that? How are you going to track somebody down with a moose antler? How you going to get prints off of that? I don't know. Axtell told officers, you know, about the moose antler, or they wouldn't have known. Defendant said he had known Scully for a long time and believed him to be sexually offended against children in the past. The defendant said he had observed Scully parking his vehicle at locations where children were believed he believed um, that they would that he would reoffend people. And with that said, I would like to say hello to the Miss Kelly Davenport. Um, I just saw that you were in here, and so I wanted to make sure that I addressed you. I'm glad you came over here. Been missing you. Been a while. So let me get on back to this, but I wanted to address one of my guests here, who's a very lovely lady and very nice. So anyway, he believed that he offended against children in the past. The defendant said he observed Scully parked in his vehicle at locations where children were present, and he believed he would reoffend. I mean, you got to admit it, the dude is hanging out at places where kids are like around, and he's just sitting there looking at them, and he has no reason to be there. Well, then why is he there? So I kind of get the feeling that I'd have the same kind of thought too. And that's what the law people, they want you to, well, you can't do nothing about it until he reoffends. That to me is too goddamn late. I think this guy did the right thing in order to further protect his child and other children as well. You can't sit back and wait for somebody to offend a child and then say, well, now we're going to do something about it. You might put that guy in jail for a little bit, but the trauma that's caused on that child will last that child a lifetime. So I can understand people not wanting to wait. Um, a Cook County sheriff deputy entered the property at around 5 p.m. on a Wednesday and observed Scully with a major head trauma and surrounded by blood, adding he was obviously dead. Oh, he's obviously dead? I thought you gave care until, you know, the coroner or somebody said obviously dead. It's okay though. The father had walked into the police station covered in blood with his head in his hands as he confessed to the killing. The medical examiner noted that Scully had defensive wounds to his arms. I guess he was trying to defend himself. The dad entered a guilty plea and he was sentenced to between 0 and 5 years to the state prison of Bayport, Minnesota. And he remained in prison until December 31st, 1981, when he petitioned for post conviction relief. And the document, after hearing, declared the state had not served any evidence he would be a danger to the public. I don't think he'd be a danger to the public either. Well, then in 2014, he filed as a candidate for mayor in Grand Marais, Minnesota. But by 2018, he was once again facing allegations of sexual misconduct with minors. So what they saying? Huh. Katrina Axel wrote, "My dearest Cook County, I'm overwhelmed by the amount of support I'm seeing online right now with this tragedy. When a community member is in crisis, we often feel a loss for how to support them. When words don't feel like enough, it can be easily err on the side of silence out of a desire to protect the privacy of one's own family. I would like to welcome you to share your words in support of the Levi family and our family. If you would like a story of your own you would like to share that has come up in response to this event, I would be eager to hear it. I would not share anything written to us outside of the family. Please send us a message at given the email. And we also an online fundraiser. And this was the sister who I'm looking for it. Hold on. This was the sister who posted this stuff, and they look like they're really, happy-go-lucky family in general. This is just a terrible situation, and I can't say that, you know, well, watch, just listen to this because it turns a little bit. That year, Axtell sought an order of protection, alleging stalking of his child. They don't know each other, he wrote in the petition. The respondent waits for Vic to go on walks with daycare and tries to talk to her. And now he's talking about, the guy, he's telling the story of why he did what he did. The respondent waits for the victim to go on walks and then he tries to talk to her. I've seen him parked right next to the school. He is a convicted pedophile, and him stalking and attempting to groom my daughter is completely inappropriate and needs to stop. Now, this guy's asking to protect his daughter. I mean, at what point when you don't get enough help do you do what you got to do on your own to protect your child? That request was temporarily granted by Judge Michael Cuso, which forbade Scully, the man who died, from the antler, was going within blocks of Axtell's home. But a permanent order was later denied, said the allegations were not proven true. See, that's that little shit. That's that little shit right there. On Saturday, a woman believed to be Axel's sister said she was planning a lot of support from the community. She said, I'm overwhelmed by the support. And when a community members in crisis feel they ought to support them, they don't know each other. And it's easy to err on the side of silence out of respect and privacy for family member involved. They also set up a fundraiser. Minnesota court showed that July 2020, Scully was committed to a mental asylum, but released the following year. What the hell? In June 21, the court authorized the use of antipsychotic drugs. Wow. So that's how it is, huh? Okay. Now, this was the article that I was reading to the Cook County. Um, and this is an excerpt taken out of The Only Cure for a Pedophile is a Bullet. And this kind of was written for, the what's wrong with my audio? Am I sitting wrong?
No, it's just slightly choppy, but there's nothing you can do about that. That's just internet.
Is it understandable?
Most of it, yes. There's only bits and pieces that get choppy.
I miss you, Miss Davenport, Miss Portland. I don't know which one we're using, but you need to come up here sometime so me and you can kid and joke around. I'll be back on this weekend at some point, and you're more than welcome to come up this weekend when I'm up. Uh, so, a Minnesota dad, all of that. But what you don't realize, so you got to break it down better, is that, hold on, the Minnesota dad arrived for the confession that he killed Lawrence Scully with the moose antler and a shovel. No gun. That's great. I mean, he wanted to make sure he could feel that shit. Scully stalked his toddler daughter at a daycare back in 2018 when she was only 22 months old. Now, Levi was charged with second-degree murder. Dennis Shaw mentioned that the 27-year-old had no serious criminal history. And according to records, Levi opted for an order of protection, which was granted. However, several weeks later, it was dismissed. Axel wrote a post on Facebook and it said, "Only cure for pedophiles is a bullet." That's what he said. Scully was convicted, a sex offender who was found guilty of sexually assaulting a 6-year-old girl back in 79, and he was freed from jail in 82. Um, Axtell admitted killing Scully. The police arrived at the residence and found him with a major head trauma and surrounded by blood. I guess so. He got stuck in the head with a damn antler. I mean, I'm sorry, but Axel told the officers that he repeatedly hit Scully with a shovel and finished his ass off with a moose antler. The complaint further mentioned that he reportedly entered the residence about 4:45 on March 8th. He also said defendant said he had known Scully for a long time and believed him to have sexually offended children in the past. The defendant said he observed Scully parked in his vehicle at locations where the children were present and believed he would reoffend. Now, see, this is shit. I lost my place on this thing. Yeah, right here. Um, so I mean, this wasn't just like a out the box kind of thing that the guy did, you know. I mean, he watched this guy back with him, and just like this says, they don't know each other. The respondent waits for children to go on walks with daycare, and he tries to talk to her. That's his daughter. What are you gonna do? Wait till somebody touches her for real and then do something? Or wait for the police to do something? If they hadn't done anything while this guy's saying, hey, this guy's kind of grooming on my daughter, and he's watching kids, and they can't catch him even doing that, you can guarantee they're not going to get him doing anything else. And attorney Krista Groshek said, I never had a case where I had to risk client confidentiality to bring concerns of this nature to the court's attention. What the heck, man? Another picture of the dad, and this girl is his sister. It's not his wife, it's his sister. Don't go crazy on me now. And when words don't feel like enough, it can easily be err on the side of silence out of a desire to respect the privacy of the family involved. I would like to welcome you to share your words in support of Levi and our family. I, the problem is, I just cannot blame this guy for doing what he did. Do I think there should be justice for him? I think he got the justice. And people would say, well, that's not law abiding. And you're probably right. But imagine if you had a 22-month-old daughter and a 77-year-old man is watching her every chance he gets. Every chance he gets. So, well, lady, that was just a short little story I wanted to do for this late hour. Please be sure to like and comment and share and subscribe. I hope you all have a blessed night and a blessed day. And I will see you next time, right here, same place, same bat hour. And I send many blessings out there to everybody. And thank you for your time. Bye bye.